So it's finally time to paint the bus. I'm pretty excited to see what this is going to look like in a different color. The current paint job is obviously not very good. It's also pretty warm, kind of a dark color. But I'm excited to see what this is going to look like. I'm going to go with a Rust-Oleum sand colored paint, and I think that's going to look a lot nicer. So I started with power washing, and I used a commercial degreaser to get any road grease or dirt or any other random stuff off of there, make it nice and clean for when I do end up painting. So now I'm sanding the entire surface of the bus, just using this palm sander. I'm not going super deep with it, just trying to scuff it up so that the new layer of primer and paint will stick real well to the surface. You can see I put some body filler on some of the spots on the door there. I previously ground out any rusty areas and just filled it with that body filler. So this is a pretty tedious part of the process, but I think I did a pretty good job of it. Just took my time, really made sure to get the tape exactly where I wanted it, and just making sure to cover anything I could see or think of. I should mention I did do another round of power washing after I sanded. I just forgot to record that. Started with the roof because I figured that's going to be the hardest to see if I mess it up. And I don't know. I mean, it looks terrible right now, but this is the first coat. I'm using Kills primer and just a little cheap air sprayer. I get as far as I can tonight, and then hopefully we can finish up tomorrow. We'll see. I'm just using a really cheap $25 air sprayer off of Amazon here, and it ended up working pretty well. Once I got the hang of it, at least. Air compressor overheated. Whoops. I'm getting a lot further than I thought I was going to. So far from power washing, sanding, power washing again, taping everything off, and now I'm spraying primer. It's all been in one day. I might not have prepped as much as you would if this bus was still yellow. Most of it's painted, obviously some of it's chipping here, but most of it's painted this gray, which is like a matte gray. It's not glossy at all, so I just lightly scuffed that. And whoever painted it before me looks like took an angle grinder to it, and so the amount of time it would take for me to get all of those marks out, I just don't think it's worth it. So I just did a light sand, and now I'm going to do some primer, hopefully prime the whole bus tonight, and then tomorrow start getting some color on. I have to work on Monday. Today's Saturday, so whatever I don't finish tomorrow, I have to take the tape off, drive this back to the cities, and then go to work. So I think it's probably going to end up being kind of a late night tonight. Time to get out the lights here pretty soon. It's coming along though. I mean, I was worried I wasn't even going to get this far by the end of the day tomorrow. So, I mean, it's not going to look like a $10,000 paint job, but that's because it's not. What do you think, Shadow? The bus is officially white for now. We'll get one more coat on in the morning, see how that looks, and then I'm hoping to pick up a sand color Rust-Oleum. Either sand or almond. I honestly haven't really decided yet. And then I have a white for the roof. I want to do a white roof and like a tan side, but it's all white right now. So I ended up doing probably like 2.5 coats. After the second coat dried, I just went around and hit any other additional spots that I could kind of still see through. Gotta wait for the sun to come up a bit more to finish this off. I did the second coat of primer on most of the walls, just not the top. I knew there was no way I taped everything I needed to. Forgot the mud flaps, and it was dark, so I didn't even think about it last night. So I did end up going with the sand colored Rust-Oleum, which seems like it's a pretty durable paint, and I also like that if I do need to ever touch anything up, it's going to be super easy to find. I didn't record it, but I did paint the roof in a glossy white, also Rust-Oleum. Huge shout out to Peggy and my friends at the Wildlife Science Center for letting me use their space. I don't think my neighbors would have liked it so much if I painted right next to their cars. Thankfully, it's been really hot and dry this weekend. This is the first time I've actually seen clouds. So the paint has been drying by the time I get back around to the side I started with, which is super nice because then I've been able to respray it without waiting too long. Giving it a few minutes here before I do the last touch-ups. But it's almost there. It's, again, not a $10,000 job, but probably $400 in materials and 2 days of my time. Can't complain too much. Definitely looks better than it did. I'm excited to take all this tape off and see what it actually looks like. That looks pretty damn good. Now for the moment of truth, see if that roof line turned out as sharply as I wanted. I see one spot I should have done a little differently in that corner, but I'll fix that later. I still have some of that white paint, plenty more tape, so tape that off and paint it up later. But that looks pretty damn good so far. What do you think, Shadow? Beep. Damn, I did a good job. I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out so far. I think it looks really nice, really clean. There's a couple spots that need touch-ups, but not a big deal. I still have plenty of paint left over. and grab a paintbrush probably and just hit those little spots quick. Now if you ask me if I ever want to do this again, hell no. Shadow did most of the work, honestly. I just kind of watched. That dad sticker I am going to eventually pull off. I was kind of just keeping it on because I thought it was funny. If you don't like being sticky, don't paint a vehicle. If you do like being sticky, that's weird. My friend recently told me I was a redneck hippie. I kind of get it. I see it. Thanks for checking in. I'll see you later.